Hey guys, it is Booligan with Booligan Airsoft and Airsoft Insider Magazine. Today, I've got a cell phone strapped to the front of my EMG SAI gray rifle that's not gray, but is very, very sexy. But we're not talking about the gun because we've already talked about the gun. Today we're talking about this and why I have a cell phone strapped to the top of my gun. Reason be, because there is a company called Inteliscope that makes a very nice mount here that utilizes your phone's camera and an app in order to give you a basic electronic reflex style sight. It's a little big, a little cumbersome, and if you're just using it with that, then that's not the best use of your phone. But when coupled with this is a Seek thermal camera, and you're going to hear it clicking every now and then in the background, and what that's doing is that's recalibrating to different temperatures. But this is an actual true thermal weapon sight. Now, this is not going to be the best way to show this, so we're going to take it off, but you can kind of see the gist of how this works. This is in the standard mode using the phone's camera. You have a superimposed reticle. Several different reticles can be chosen. You can see the gun there. It actually makes for some pretty cool gun cam footage. You can record through this. You can zoom in, but you're still limited to your camera's function. But where it really gets exciting is when you press that button, and then you have a thermal weapon sight. Now, obviously, there's no temperature behind me other than my hand here, but this is not exactly the best way to do this. But we are going to go outside, and I'm going to show you guys how this thing works. We're going to do some thermal testing at different ranges to see what kind of things you can pick up, and see if this might be the right setup for you if you're looking for something that's a little trick. I mean, it's pretty high-tech stuff, but the ability to add a thermal weapon sight to your gun for about $500 compared to other ones on the market, it's a pretty good price. So let's go ahead and let's take a look outside and see how this thing works. So as you can see, it is dark, exceptionally dark. And my trusty assistant is down there. And let's see if we can pick her up on thermal. Go ahead, wave your hand. So you can ID her down there. And you have, turn on the light. You have different reticle options. Sorry, this is kind of a tricky angle to get. We can do different reticle options, so we could turn on, let's do black hot mode. So now you can see where she is. Wave your hand again. So you can clearly make out that she is a very warm spot, in this case a very dark black warm spot against a very cool background. Now this is otherwise pretty much dark. I can't see her otherwise, but because of the thermal you can get a good image here. You can also do video with this itself, and we're going to do a quick cut to some of that footage now. So this is the video that actually gets captured and is saving. You can see you've got the different heat indicators, but this is actually what the camera itself can record. You can adjust the focus depending on how near or far you think your target's going to be. You see the different thermal modes are very, very interesting depending on which one you want to choose. So yeah, there you go. So forgive the spooky haunted house lighting here, but it's still really dark out here and can't see much. Can't see much back there. So as you can see, the Inteliscope thermal system works really well depending on what kind of range you're looking for with it. In this case, that was about 100 feet away, and you could easily make out that there was a person-sized target out there, and you could easily distinguish their movements, and if she were holding a gun, you could easily see that she had one. So just depending on what you are expecting out of this thing, it could certainly fit your needs and fit your uses. You just have to kind of manage those expectations accordingly. You're going to be able to identify a heat signature out to a few hundred feet. You're going to be able to identify whether it's friend or foe, possibly, within 100 feet or so, maybe, depending on how well you know the heat signatures of your teammates. But for $500 or so for the whole kit, that gives you, realistically, one of the least expensive ways to get thermal imaging that's on the market, especially for a thermal weapon sight, something that is designed to be mounted on a gun here. So many thanks to Inteliscope for sending this over for us to check out, and we're going to be doing more video footage of this, obviously, some gameplay footage and a couple of other tips and tricks that I come across as I'm using this. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.